We're at the senior high today. We're coming to see what's wrong with the principal here because she wants to give my son another suspension because he didn't serve a suspension because the day of he had a prepaid field trip for Washington, D.C. So, we're going to see what the problem today is. If you are dropping off or picking up, you need to register on kiosk. I'm not dropping off or picking up. Please tap lightly on the top of your ID to start. This guy looks familiar, like I went to school with him or something. Yeah, we're going to see what happens. I'm going to be polite and respectful until it's time to not be polite and respectful. I don't know. They are not. The door is locked, and they're just kind of sitting in there. One's on the phone, the other one has her head down. There's another guy standing there, but I have no idea why I can't go in. Hello? I knocked on the door and she said 1 minute. And that was it. Do you know, is the principal still here?
Yeah, she should be.
All right. Well, at least one person was polite. This is what our tax dollars are paying for. And this woman's like, she acknowledged I was here and then that's it. Come on. I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying not to be rude because she's on the phone, but there's another woman right over there. I have no idea how long they're going to have me stand here. Now she's looking at me making weird faces. What's this woman over here doing? Come on, like, how much? Somebody can help me. Like, they act like I'm standing here and they got nothing else to do. Like, seriously, what the hell is going on? They're doing this on purpose now. They're like standing here making me wait, probably giving the principal time to leave. You've got 3 people in there, one on the phone, and nobody wants to answer the door. And they have no idea why I'm here or who I am. Hello? Hello? And this guy's just ignoring. I've been out here long enough, bud. I've tried ringing the buzzer a couple times. I've knocked on the door a couple times. The guy tells me to wait a minute. She's told me wait a minute. Nobody wants to talk to me. Nobody wants to answer the door. Now she's off the phone and she's just sitting there staring out the window. Ah, here come the police. So let's see what the problem is. Well, what happened was my son got an in-school suspension yesterday. And instead of going to the in-school suspension, he had a field trip. So we're going to see what is going on. Let's just gonna see if this is the officer that we want to speak to anyways. I see the one is. You guys out here for me?
Mr. Brubaker.
Yes, sir.
Yes, we are. What's going on?
Nothing. I just come up to speak to the principal about my son, and she's refusing to speak to me, and I don't understand why.
All right, we'll get it squared away. I hang out here. I'll go ahead and talk to the principal here and see what's going on.
I don't know why she's refusing.
Well, I don't want to speak to you because you have no common sense.
Okay, then you don't have to speak to me.
Good. Because you're the cop that thinks if somebody calls somebody else a bitch, that they deserve to get their ass beaten. Those were your exact words.
From who?
From you.
About what?
About my son getting in a fight. You're saying that because the other kid followed him, telling him he was going to kick his ass, when my son finally turned around after being pushed 3 times and told him he was a bitch, you told me that that was why he deserved to get hit. Those were your exact words.
About that, sir, but that's your opinion.
Well, no, that's the truth, because I spoke to you on the phone. That's exactly what you said. You pressed charges on my son for getting beat up and bullied, when my son never threw a punch.
I pressed charges on the other kid as well.
You should have, because he's the one that pushed my son 3 times, followed him from up here all the way down. What else is a person supposed to do if they're being followed and pushed?
Okay.
But I come up here to speak to the principal because they gave him an in-school suspension yesterday, but he had a prepaid trip for Washington. Went on a trip. So today he come in and went to the suspension. And they're saying because he didn't serve it yesterday that he's getting another suspension, and they told him he couldn't go to rugby practice tonight, which is bullshit.
Yeah,
It has nothing to do with you guys. It really doesn't.
Well, no, it doesn't. You're right, but they called us, so we got to come down.
So am I being detained?
You're not being detained, but you can't go into school right now.
But why not? I pay for it. It's public property.
I'm just telling you, I don't know. Let
didn't-
Officer Folkler talk to
I
you.
didn't have a problem. All I did was walk in there and knock on the door. They wouldn't even answer the door. They wouldn't do nothing.
Okay.
So it's not like I've gone in and caused a disturbance.
Okay. Well, I never said you went in and caused a disturbance.
I just don't understand why the police would be called here.
They called us. I don't
Can
know.
I ask what they said?
They said that Mr. Brubaker was here, and he's... are you trespassed from here?
No, you can't be trespassed from public property unless you commit a crime.
They own the property.
It's public property because it's school property. It's public. It's the same as if I go to the courthouse, same if I go in the police station. You can't be trespassed from public property unless you've committed a crime.
Okay.
It's not the same as private property. Trust me. I know my laws. If you have a problem with that, talk to Chief Berg over with Allegheny Township. He'll tell you exactly how much I know.
Okay. Understood. What I'm telling you is if the school officials don't want you in the building, you can't go in the building.
I can.
You can take that up
I
in
can
court with the
because
school.
it's a public... My tax dollars pay for this. It's the same as post office. If I go into the post office and I'm not causing a problem, if they don't like the way that I look, they can't tell me I have to leave. They can't do that. It's public property. It's not the same as private property because I pay for this, okay? If I'm causing a problem, that's different. But when I come in and knock on the door and that's it, there's not a problem.
Well, here's what I can tell you, sir. If they're telling us you're trespassed from here and you can't come in, we can't let you in.
I'm not trespassed for one because, first off, nobody told me I was trespassed. Second, nobody asked me to leave. And third off, it's public property. I can't be trespassed from public property unless there's been a crime committed, unless I'm creating a disturbance, which I haven't. All I did was walk through the doors and I was polite. I knocked on the door. And she said like that. I stood there for almost 10 minutes. That was it.
Okay.
So what did I do?
We'll see if Dr. Lecter wants to talk to you or whoever. Who you here to see?
Dr. Lechner.
Okay. We'll see what she says. I'm not in there with her right now. I don't know exactly what the circumstances are.
Well, it doesn't really matter because she's paid with my money. Okay, if I want to talk to her about my son, about unfair rules, I can do that. There's not a problem with that. Again, I'm not causing a problem by simply walking here and being polite and opening up a door and knocking. Mm-hmm. It's my property. It's the way it works.
Okay.
I mean, you do understand the difference between trespassing on private property and public property, correct?
I can tell you we trespass people from the library all the time, and it's a public library.
If they're creating a disturbance...
If they don't want you there, they don't need a reason. They can trespass you.
No, not if it's taxpayer funded. If it's public property, you can talk to Mr. Consiglio about that.
Okay.
He knows that all well. I've dealt with him before about it. Okay, I'm not an idiot.
I never said you were.
So let's go back, since you're here with me, let's go back to my son's
I
fight.
don't want to talk about your son's
Well,
case.
I do,
It's over and done with.
because you're here with me right now. You're in front of me, so we're going to talk about it. How do you think it's fair that a kid getting bullied on gets followed for over 100 yards and gets pushed 3 times? How do you think it's fair to charge him with an assault?
Sir, I'm not going to talk to you about this.
Well, you're going to talk to me about it regardless of whether you want to or not.
You can talk all you want. I'm not going to talk about the case.
So then you think it's okay that because he called the other kid a bitch and said he wasn't going to do nothing, you said that it was okay for that other kid to hit him. Those were your exact words.
I'm not going to talk to you about this.
Do you deny that those are what you said?
I am not going to talk to you about
So you're not denying that that's what you said? You're not denying that that is what you said? See, that's what gets me, is you're not even going to deny it. So you're acknowledging that you said that because he called the other kid a bitch, that it was okay for him to get hit.
I'm not going to talk to you about this.
What's the problem? Why can't you just be honest?
Problem.
I mean, I understand that by law you're allowed to lie. I get that. But why can't you be honest?
I was being honest with you from the get-go. I'm not going to talk to you about this.
You can't. Because you weren't being honest.
Yes, I was being honest.
How you doing, bud?
All right. She's not going to see you today. She's actually leaving.
Well, that's why I came here to see her, because she said she's not going to be here tomorrow.
Yeah, you'll have to call. I mean, they said it's not going to change anything. He's still going to be suspended tomorrow.
Okay, but I still have a right to come in and talk to her.
No, if they don't want you here, you have to go. Otherwise, you get arrested for trespassing.
I can't be arrested for trespassing on public property unless I've committed a crime. That is the law. And if you want, what I'll do is tomorrow I'll bring by a copy of that law into your office so that you understand my tax dollars pay for this. It's not the same as...
That's irrelevant. I'm not going to argue with that.
No, it is. That's the way that...
It's going to end. Okay, you're going to leave.
Yeah, I am going to leave, but I will be back. And I can't be trespassing unless I've caused a problem.
Ray, you're going to figure that out. It's not going to be the way you like it. And we're not going to get into that argument. I want to solve things civilly here. You're not going to be here the rest of the day.
Well, I didn't say that I was. I never did.
Okay, you can ask you to leave nicely.
You can ask me to leave, but I'm going to, but I wouldn't have to. Because again, this is my property.
Here's how I operate.
I don't give a shit what you guys say.
I tell you, and then I make you.
Well, you can't make me. Let's understand that. Because
I'm not gonna have that
it's
argument.
public property.
That's irrelevant.
It's not irrelevant. It's not private property. It's the same as a police station. If I come into the police station and you say you don't like me, that I have to leave. I don't, because it's a police station. I can go in, I can walk in there and film if I want, and you can't do anything. That's the law. You may not like it, you may not always want to abide by it, but that is the law.
Okay, Mr. Brubaker.
You guys need to learn your fucking role. You work for us. You understand that? And just because somebody calls somebody a bitch doesn't mean that they can be assaulted. And it's sad that you said that. That that's what you think. Even your partner's kind of like, what the hell is he talking about? Because it's absurd. Standing with that fucking ignorant fucking look on your face. Fucking wants to be a jackass. Keep standing, wasting taxpayer money. You're gonna fucking fucks. Keep looking at me like that. Telling me I could be trespassed from fucking public property if I haven't committed a crime or done anything wrong. All I did was walk in and wanted to talk to the fucking cunt.